Hey guys, Michael here. I think this is working. I found out I can delay starting the filming so you don't have to see my stuff as I'm up trying to do that. Look at me waving my arms around and everything. I haven't made a video for a long time that I put up on YouTube, and there have been a lot of reasons for that. March 28th this year marked the 1 year anniversary of the death of my somewhat estranged wife. We were very close but hadn't lived together for over 20 years. And there have been a lot of other things that have happened over the past year and a half since I made my last video. For a while there, I didn't know if I'd ever make one again at all, but I'm doing better and feeling more like communicating and that there's a point to it, which was really the thing. I was kind of like, for a long time, I was just like, why bother? And something happened today that was so great, I thought, I'm going to make a little video, put it up, let people know I'm all right, and that I'm back to making some videos. On the 20th last month, I put in an order with Milady Records. This morning, I'd been starting to get, because I had my PayPal receipt, but I didn't have an actual email from Milady Records about my order. So I didn't know how they operate or what was going on. I started getting really anxious because I got an email from them today saying that, well, the item that I had ordered, I'm down to like about 2. And I was like, oh my God. So I emailed them and said, and gave them my transaction number and said, what's going on? I haven't heard anything. And they responded back saying, well, it looks like it's due for shipment today. And sure enough, when I went out my front door to go check my mail, there it was, leaning against my door, which means that my mailman opened the door and brought it in. And what it is this: Root Hog or Die, an Alan Lomax Centennial Tribute, 100 songs, 100 years. Alan Lomax needs no introduction. Famous for traveling not only all over the United States and capturing songs of the people, but throughout the world, actually. I believe that the Smithsonian has put all of his recordings are online, not to download, but to listen to. But when I saw this advertised, when I got an email from them about it, I thought for a while, and I thought, I passed up and I did not get that incredible box set of Americana. I'm not going to let this slide. I'm going to grab this. Alan Lomax is important, and his field recordings are important. He was the first person who recorded Muddy Waters, one of my real blues heroes. Recorded him while he was still down on Stovall's plantation, sharecropping and running a juke joint. And so I really, really wanted to get this. It reminded me a lot of, or the thought of it anyway, reminded me a lot of, there was an album that I used to check out constantly from a high school library on folkways of Appalachian folk songs. And it was just an amazing record, and I can still to this day, this is when I was in high school, so we're talking 67, 68, there are still a couple of songs that I remember well enough. One was a Chain Gang song called Grizzly Bear, and I'm not going to sing them for you, but I do know them by heart. The other one was a girls' game song called Amasi Amasi, and I loved them both, and I loved everything else on it. Those were just the two that I really remember, even all these years later. So this kind of very root and very going back to the origins of what has become, well, now I guess you would call it Americana, but bluegrass and blues and all of that very, very crucial for me in my listening, and also as a, and I use the word very loosely, as a musician. As a kid, you know, when I was, thought I could be a musician. Can't tell you how excited I am to get this. You know, just thinking about it, my favorite album by Taj Mahal is the one most commonly known as Take a Giant Step. It was a double album, and I don't know if it was ever released as a single album or not. The double album part of it, though, was there was a second album called The Old Folks at Home, and I played that album, that record, more often than I actually played Take a Giant Step itself, although Take a Giant Step has some of the most incredible, some of what I consider Taj Mahal's best work. So this is very exciting. There's a booklet with it, Root Hog or Die, and a lot of, you know, great photographs in it, and it's just exciting. And then 6 records. I'm a Rambler, I'm a Gambler, Volume 1. A fair amount of this has never been released. Some of it has. I'm not sure what on. Volume 2 is Sing Anything, which sounds like something he would tell people probably. I don't know what to sing. Well, just sing anything. You know what to do. So another, then Sailing in the Boat, When the Tide Runs Strong, Volume 3. I'm really looking, I haven't played any of this yet. In fact, I just opened this and thought, you know, it's time to make another CD. This Old World is in a Tangle. Boy, ain't that the truth? Volume 4, beautiful portraits too. I think every one of these pictures of these people who are subjects of his recordings are just, I think, you know, they're just wonderful. This Day is Past and Gone. The Day is Past and Gone. That's the truth too. Free a Little Bird, Volume 6. And look at that. I mean, these are just beautiful photographs, fuzzy and grainy, of course, but very exciting for me. Anyway, I'll close that. Along with it, there were a couple of other things that they just slipped in. I love it, the way these little smaller record companies will do that. They, you know, give you these nice little things. Here's something on K Records. I'm not Blood Sausage. It's International Pop Underground Volume 3. I'm not really sure what's on it yet. It's kind of sometimes hard to really figure out. Side 1 is Dennis Lavin, or track 1. There are 3 tracks on it. That's why I'm getting confused. Then track 2 is Living in a Haunted House, and track 3 is Bottom Feeder. And they are by Blood Sausage, I guess. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I will say this. K Records, if all you really know about K Records would be, say, like Beat Happening or something, there's a whole lot more to them. And I don't have very many records on that label, but I've never had one that I didn't like. And then this, which is on Milady's and Radical Elite, Freakopus, the new 21st Century Dimension. I haven't played any of this yet. I'm definitely looking forward to it. And maybe, maybe it'll inspire me to get back to trying to play guitar as primitively as I do, or something. Or play harmonica again, which would be a good thing for me, probably be good breath therapy for me. That's really all I have to say. I'm couple of shout outs. Well, really in particular one. I just want to say hi to Gorvo67. Gorvo, you're just the greatest guy. I don't watch a lot of videos anymore. I don't know why, and I don't, but I do try to keep up with you and a few other people. Part of it is that so many videos are almost as long and tedious as my videos can be, and which gives me a great sense of gratitude for anybody who actually sits through some of my longer videos. And that's really all I have to say right now. Peace out, enjoy the music, and that's it. Have a great one. I still have to get up to do this, though.